Okay, so what did I think about the Blazers' very first preseason game that was played last night at the Moda Center? First thought was that first quarter was super long. They went like 4 minutes between scoring their first bucket and their second bucket, and every minute of that felt like at least an hour. It was a really long time waiting for them to score. But so in general, the team pretty much played like one would expect. The starters all sort of kind of look bobulated, whatever it is. They didn't look very organized, especially on rebounding. It was very chaotic under the basket. So chaotic that sometimes the ball ended up just kind of like landing in Jeremy Grant's hands, which was kind of like, oh, okay, Jeremy Grant's going to be the rebounder this time. It was kind of like usually I really like it when players are all crashing into each other because they're all going for rebounds. And last night it was like they were all like kind of trying not to run into each other. So I think this is just, it's all a matter of the fact that these guys don't know each other. They've barely played together and they really don't know how each other operates. Could have used a guy like Ed Davis who could have just like organized everybody, at least in the rebounding part. I don't think Ayton, that's not, he's had plenty of 20 rebound games, but maybe, introducing a new team and getting them all coordinated and rebounding, maybe that's not his thing. I don't know. Scoot looked young and he did a lot of driving, a lot of turning the ball over, a lot of running into people. None of this is surprising. So none of it either was upsetting. It was fun to see Anthony a couple of times go, okay, I'm just going to get a bucket and then go get a bucket. Nice to know that he can do that. I don't think that's what they were trying to do in the first 15 minutes of the games. I think they were like trying to play the right way. And then they got out there and they were like, oh, but we're actually playing against people that we're not used to playing against every day. So it was a little chaotic. Actually, we really enjoyed we stayed through the end of the third quarter because this is the year that we've given ourselves permission to leave early if we want to. So we played a little bit into the fourth quarter because Kevin Knox came in. My BFF Kevin Knox played, and I was very excited to see him play. He just looks so happy to be here. I really hope he makes the team. I think that he'd be a great guy to have on the practice squad. And that's not to say that I don't think that he should play. But, he's long and he'd be good for these guys to practice playing against if he's not always seeing the floor. It just was so nice to see him look so happy and play. Okay, a couple of other players who stood out that I found fun to watch were Wop Reath. He was super fun. I remember during Summer League, I kept looking up and he was doing cool stuff and I was like, oh, that was Wop. I didn't know that was him. So I thought he was fun to watch last night. And also Moses Brown. Moses Brown was consistently, at least to my very untrained eye, in the right place. He was causing, he was causing a little chaos on the other team. And he just seems like he knows what he's doing out there. Actually, oddly, the whole second unit looked like they knew a lot better what they were doing. And maybe it's because a lot of those guys did play Summer League together. It really did kind of look like the Summer League team was out there. And they looked a lot more organized than the starters. Initial impressions are it's going to be a really long season. And we're going to have to get used to a lot of nights where shots aren't falling, where there's lots of turnovers, where the young guys are consistently driving into traffic and you're like, what are you doing? They're falling down. They're losing their shoes. Shout out to Wop Reath, who played like a whole shot clock violation. He played without his shoe to the extent that he got all the way back on defense and was part of a defensive stand that resulted in a shot clock violation for the other team. So anyway, it's I know I've said chaotic a couple of times. I think it is going to feel like that, and we're just going to have to ride the wave. But at least this year we know what to expect. We know that's what it's supposed to be like, and we will track things that get better, and I think it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't believe I've just seen one preseason game, and I just can't wait for the regular season to start. I'm so excited to see what this team can do. What did you think of the first preseason game? Did you watch it? Could you find it? Because it is not easy to find. Let me know what you thought about the new Blazers debut. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I also, when I was walking around the concourse, I saw two women who were like head to toe in Scoot Henderson gear. So I went up to him and I was like, "Are you Scoot's family?" And it was his two sisters. And so I took the opportunity to tell them that we are super excited for Scoot, and I hope that he feels welcome and that he's excited that Rip City is behind him, and we really are wishing all the best for him and can't wait to see what he can do for us. All right, that's it for your first preseason game recap. Maybe I'll do more, maybe I won't. See you later. Go Rip City.